Good evening, everyone. Our team is Team 3, and our group member on this slide is 吴松林、钟博伟、张伟俊、郭嘉宇跟信峰，就是我上。Today I want to introduce the lighting network. For today's outline is here. The first part is problem of Bitcoin and what is lighting network. I will introduce for the first two parts, and remaining three parts will introduced by our team member. Okay. The two main Bitcoin. The problem of Bitcoin is the transaction fee is quite high and the throughput is too slow. You can see this table. The Bitcoin transaction is 7 TPS versus Bitcoin Cash is 60 TPS and Visa's 24,000 TPS, and the transaction fee is 0.3 US per Bitcoin transaction. You can think about, is it really necessary to settle every copy per cash on the Bitcoin transaction with the more expensive fee? So the team of the Bitcoin developed some idea like the Lightning Network. What is Lightning Network? Lightning Network is the option blockchain network for micropayment. People can send Bitcoin with low transaction fee. It's lower than the Bitcoin Cash and the Visa also. And it's providing low confirmation time, almost the same time to confirm your transaction on the Lightning Network. And Lightning Network will keeping the safety both parties without the trust to each other nodes. All the settle will settle on the Lightning Network with their local consensus. We can settle the withdraw Bitcoin back to your mansion at any time. The two main concepts of the option transaction is the first is payment channel. Payment channel can build a channel to peer exchange sign Bitcoin transaction without broadcasting it. And the second is mesh network. You can think the mesh network is a multiple payment channel linked together from A to B. You don't need to direct transfer your Lightning Network Bitcoin to others. Will transfer to A, B, C, D, not direct connection. So, for example, Alex and Bob create a payment channel on this smart contract functionary contract. Alex deposits 10 Bitcoin and Bob deposits 0 Bitcoin, and Alex sends 2 Bitcoin, 4 Bitcoin to Bob, and Bob sends 3 Bitcoin to the Alex. The average transaction will update the balance sheet, and when Alex or Bob want to withdraw their Bitcoin on the mansion, they will only settle the latest balance sheet on the settlement. So on the mansion, Alex will get 7 Bitcoin and Bob gets 3 Bitcoin. And next, I want to introduce the step. Alex want to pay 1 Bitcoin to Bob through this mesh network. They have the 3 nodes as you see on this slide. The first step is the Bob will create the invoice to Alex. The invoice is a hash lock, and the second step, Alex will send the hash lock to Eric as an invoice, and Eric receives the hash lock. Then Bob will send the hash value to Eric. When Eric receives both hash lock and hash key value, he can have the Bitcoin the property on this Lightning Network on the balance sheet. So Eric confirm he have this Bitcoin right. So Eric send the 1 Bitcoin to the Bob, and next Eric will send the hash file to Alice and say to Alice, I already paid 1 Bitcoin to the Bob. when as receive the hash value key, so you already pay 1 Bitcoin to Bob, so as pay 1 Bitcoin to Eric and complete this transaction on the Lightning Network with the mesh network. And the mesh network may be more complicated than 3 nodes. So this is a step for the natural network. If the F create invoice to A and A send invoice to C, F send hash key to C, C send 1 Bitcoin to F, and C send hash value key to A send 1 Bitcoin to C. There are 17 nodes of hash network. And you may think how complicated on this mesh network. So we can see this website on the DeFi Plus. You can look up the information and total value log in the USD in the Lightning Network is probably 7.5 million to 8 million USD dollars locked Bitcoin on this Lightning Network. So the mesh network must be very complicated than this step. The next part will introduced by our ARS group members. Thank you for your listening.